in our last class? Can you tell me what did we discuss in our last class? Yes. So the difference between monolithic and microservice. We learned about monolithic and then microservice. So you understood the difference between monolithic and microservice? Yeah. And after that, we learned about differences between EC2. You understood the difference between those? And then later we discuss about what is Docker, right? And then what is Docker? What is container? What is containerization? Got it? Right? And we have seen the difference between all these things. And also we have seen, we discussed about the process of creating the containers. And we have seen, we understood the few commands also. So images can be created in multiple ways. So where are all predefined images are readily available? Docker Hub, where we have Docker Hub. And anytime we can pull it or not. Anytime we can pull whichever the image that you need, and then we can create a container out of it, right? And that is one way of using the image. And the other way is, so how can we create the image using which file? Dockerfile. Which file? So we write a Dockerfile. Using this Dockerfile, we create an image. What's the command? Docker build. Docker build command, we create an image. And we create or not. What's the command? Docker run. It's not only Docker run, we have so many parameters also we learn. So using Docker run, we will create a container. So we can Docker run meaning creating a container, Docker stop meaning stopping the container, Docker start meaning starting the container, Docker pause meaning holding the container, unpause meaning unpausing the container, Docker kill meaning deleting the container, Docker remove meaning removing the container. So all these things, there are different commands are available. Docker is very simple, very easy, very small, but it's all about how to create the images, how to create the container. And also in this Docker, I'll go with, because Docker is one of the time, and also you'll get a lot of questions also in using this in this Docker. So we'll go as deep we can. Okay. And also yesterday we discussed about the Docker architecture. So we have what Docker client is there, and then what we have REST APIs will be there, and REST APIs will go and connect to the Docker daemon, right? And Docker daemon will connect to the Docker engine. Remember? And what is the command to install the Docker? Yum install -y Docker. So we have learned about all these basic things about the Docker. Okay. And then what we do now? Launch the EC2 instance and then start Dockerization. Okay. Let's go. So let's go ahead and then launch the Docker. I call it as what? You can go with the Red Hat also. You can go with the Amazon Linux. Anything is fine. So I'm going with Amazon Linux too. Okay, T2 micro is fine, and go with 7:30 p.m. batch. Edit. We go with what? 1A default, and then go ahead and then launch. So we have the Docker running. So what we do? Should we go and connect it now? Let's go and connect it. So just now it launched. Let's give a few seconds. Meanwhile, let's configure. EC2-user. Let's okay. What's the landing command? Okay. So what we do here? For fun, hostname cdl set -, hostname I call it as Docker. Not necessary. Just we call it. We say it as here Docker. Okay. So what is the command here to install the Docker now? It's a very direct command. Yum install Docker -y. So guys, I'm telling you, Docker is all about commands. Right? Like how we all about commands here. Things are all commands only. There are no, okay. Docker is installed. So what is the command here to see the Docker version? Docker -v. So for any tool that you use, you just tool and then -v or -v version, you'll get it. Okay. So here, remember we just now install the Docker. Whenever we install, what we need to do after that? We need to start the service or not? Whenever we install Nginx, start Nginx. Whenever we install Apache, start Apache. Whenever we install Docker, what did you do? Start the Docker. What's the command? System cdl start a Docker. So without starting the Docker, if you run any Docker command, will it work? So remember, can you tell me one command here that you know already? Docker. For Docker, we need to have Dockerfile now. Docker. Docker images. Should we go for it? Let's go with Docker images. When you do this Docker images, do you see this error? Read error. Cannot connect to the Docker daemon at this. So your daemon is the Docker daemon running? Did you start the Docker? No, for that reason, remember, whenever you get this type of errors, please remember the Docker is not started. So what's the command now to start it? System cdl start a Docker. Docker started. Now go with this Docker images. Now it's working, but do we have any images on here? We don't have any images. Okay. So remember, whenever we are learning, we learn Git. What is the default command that we always with habit we write it? What is the habituate command that we always do in the Git? Git. What is the frequent thing that you do? Git status, no? What is that? So git status is a very common command that we always going to git status. So here also there are two commands that we always do in Docker. One is Docker images. So in order to see the images, what's the command? Docker images. So Docker images will help you to see the list of images. Do we have any images here? No. So another command is there. This is used to see the containers. Docker is all about images and containers. No. Remember, Docker is all about images and containers. Create the image, and then from that image create the containers. Docker is all about this only. Okay. So one thing is to create the to list the images. What's the command to list the images? Docker images. In order to list the containers, there is also another Docker ps. Say that ps-a. Docker PS will show only running containers. Docker PS -a will show all running stopped. Every all container will show. Please remember the two basic commands that we always do. Actually, I have a habit of these two commands all the time. Whenever I go to any production, the first thing what I do is it's habitat Docker PS -a. Because I want to see what are all the containers running inside the machine. And I also see what are the images it has. So can you tell me what are the two commands that you know? Docker images. Okay, next. Docker PS -a. So do you see this here? Repository tag image ID when it created and what is the size of the image. And whenever you go for container, then you have the container ID from which image the container got created and what's the command it has, when it is created, what's the status of it, and what's the port number it is using, and what is the name of the container. Understood? Name, just headings. Remember, for every image ID is there. For every container ID will be there. You can use the container name also, image name also, or you can use image ID also, container ID also. Yes or no? Image name, image ID. Say that. Image name, image ID. Container name, container ID. Either you can use container name or you can use the container ID also for any kind of operations. Okay. What is the command to list the images? Docker image. Docker image images. Images. What is the command to list the containers? Docker. What is the command to list only running containers? Docker PS. What is the command to list all the containers? Docker PS -a. Super. In order to start Docker commands, what we need to start with? We need to start creating the container. To go to the first launch to the Docker, what is the first thing that you need to do? Create container. In order to create container, what we need to have first? Image. In order to launch EC2 instance, what we need to have first? Image. Here also, in order to create a container, first what we need to have? Images. But do we have any images here? Docker images? No. So there are two ways to create images. I told you. What are the two ways? From the pull from the other one is using the Dockerfile. Did we learn about the Dockerfile yet? No. What is there handy with us now? Docker Hub. So let's go there and then pull the images. So yesterday I have logged in. I showed you already. Docker Hub. So did I sign in? It's already signed in here. Okay. Trainer years. So here you can go and search it or not. Let's say I want to search which operating system, Ubuntu operating system. Which one? Actually, I told you operating system meaning it's a form of package only. Very like that. So you have Ubuntu and you have your Amazon Linux also. You're using Amazon Linux, right? So all these images are already available. Let's say you can go and type this word Ubuntu. So do you see this here? Ubuntu is there. If you click on it for this image, do you see what is the command here? Docker pull Ubuntu. So it is maintained by these guys. And then in Ubuntu we have different versions here. What is Ubuntu? Everything related to this image, it has it. So if you want this image, what we need to do now? Docker pull Ubuntu. Let's do that. Tell me the command. Docker pull which one? Ubuntu. So whenever you do Docker pull Ubuntu, so it will download it from Docker Hub or not? Let's do. And you see using default tag. What is the default tag always has? And do you see this now layers here? Now it has a pull completed. Do you see this here? So now remember, whenever you're downloading any images or whenever you're pushing any images to the Docker Hub, so whenever you're creating any image also, it will be in the form of layers. What is that? Layers meaning generally each layer will be for something. Let's say you create now just now. See, I downloaded Ubuntu. Docker pull Ubuntu. So now how many layers it has? Only one layer. Do you see this here number? Some random number. This is a layer. So what it says, it directly pulled it. That's it. Let's say for example, you are creating your own image using Dockerfile. For example, using what? Dockerfile. In Dockerfile, what we do? We write Babu pull the image first. Next install. Next do something. Next do something. Next do something. These are all the layers or not? So whenever you are creating any image or pushing the image, it will be the form of layers. Instead of doing everything in one shot, one by one it will do. That we call it as layers. Just for reference, I'm giving you. Okay, fine. So now I just downloaded the image, right? So can you tell me what is the command to list the images? Docker image. Do you see? Ubuntu tag is, we can give our own tag also. And then this is the image ID when it is created before there 3 weeks ago. And what is the size here? 70 MB. Understood? So can you tell me how to pull Amazon Linux? Docker pull Amazon. So do you know the name exactly? No. If you want to find the name, what way should you go and check? Go to Docker Hub and search it and get it. But image name is Amazon Linux only. Tell me here. Docker pull Amazon Linux. See, now it's downloading now that layer. Extracting. Now done. And what's the command? Docker images. Now 2 images are there. How do you know? Right? So it's very easy. So what we do now is, you all understood now how to pull the images from the Docker Hub. How I pulled which one? Amazon Linux, Ubuntu. Similar way, if you know the image name, you can pull any image. Remember, any image. But the names will be different. Yes or no? Here I have Ubuntu, here I have Amazon Linux. Another Jenkins will be there. Jenkins/Jenkins, some name will be there. So they will give a different names. So use that names and then pull the image. Clear enough? Not it's a package. It contains everything. All the dependencies, required things will be there inside it. And can you run the image directly? Can you run the image? No. You similarly like this AMI is there, no? Same concept. So with that AMI, what we do? We launch the sequences. With this image, we will create the container. So created section. Who created 12 and 3 weeks ago? Who created? Whoever has uploaded that image, the owner. Owner has created the image in the Docker Hub. How many days ago? 12 days ago. Okay. Finish. And everyone understood here? Clear? So okay. Now we have the image ready. Now why did I pull from Docker Hub? Because I don't have images here. Because I need to start the container with some image, right? So directly I'm not. There are 2 ways to create the image. One is pulling from the Docker Hub. Another one is create from the Dockerfile. So it is very. Raj, let's start it now. Let's wait. Don't do it parallelly. Guys, don't do the parallel. If you see the parallel, you'll get these kind of things. Let's concentrate. Okay. So here, what was I saying? 2 types of images. So as the Dockerfile is it's not recommended now here to talk about the Dockerfile. It's very early, right? But that reason I pulled it from the Docker Hub. Nice. Now, yeah, if I do Docker images, I have 2 images here. With these images, can I create a container now? Let's go and create a container. What's the command to run to create a container? Docker run. Which one? Docker run. Sorry, everyone is scared of my eyes. I'll make the eyes bigger. That's my habit. Actually, here I'll make my eyes are small, but at home it will. You guys are scared. Okay. Okay. So what's the command here? Docker. What you say Docker build is to create an image, to build an image from the Docker file. So here, in order to create a container, what is the command? Docker run. Okay. Docker run -it. Say that. IT meaning here is interactive mode. What's that? So -it, and we need to give the name, right? Name of the container. Hyphen name, and then what is the container name? Let's say, for example, we are using Amazon Linux. Amazon Linux container. You can give any name, and then you give the image name. What's the image name? What's the image name? Amazon Linux. See the command. Try to register in your brain. I'm telling you, hell lot of time we'll be using this command. Sorry. Now tell me. Docker run -it for interactive mode. Hyphen name, and then name of the container. So you can give any name. Can I call AWS container? AWS container 1. Next, and the image name. What is the image name? Understood? Enter. You see this? Container got already created, and I'm inside the container already. You see this here? Previously I was in root at the Docker. Now where? I'm inside the container. Now, see, Docker run -it. If you give -it, directly container will be created. You will be going inside the container automatically. Now, if you want to see, sir, I don't want to go inside automatically. Just I want container to be created. You will use -d, detach mode. Which one? -it next -d. We will create it. But here you need to understand. So we have entered directly inside the
This meeting is being recorded.
it got installed. Where I'm installing, everything is in the container. Okay, create some files. Touch file. Can I do whatever I want or not? 10 files, create. Okay, git -v. Where I'm now, inside the container. Guys, if I ask you to launch EC2 instance, how much time will you take for that? 3 minutes to come up, to launch. I said go ahead and then launch EC2 instance. How much time will it take for you? 5 minutes. Go log into the console, click, select all these things, blah, 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 select, hit enter, launch. And then it takes 3 minutes to come up. And then you log in. By the time it will be more than 5 minutes or not? Yes or not? But here, in how many seconds I create a container? Very 1 or 2 seconds or not? And I am already inside the container. And I installed it also. Okay, now whatever you want to do it, guys, here. Now we need to come back. We need to come back to this. So if you want to come back to it, so here remember, don't do Control D or Control C, Control D and all, because you'll be stopping the container. So the safe way of exiting the container is Control PQ. See that? I'm doing, see here. Where are you? Inside the bash, inside the container, right? So I'm doing Control PQ. I'm out of the container now. I'm out of the container. I'm clearing it. Tell me the command to list the containers. Docker. PS hyphen. Do you see the container there? Container ID. Yes. And what is the name of the container I have given? AWS container 1. In my machine, Docker machine, do I have a Git here? Do I have a Git here? If I do Git -v, I don't have Git. Where did I install? Inside the container. Guys, understood? Online, understood? Okay. Now you created a container with Amazon Linux, right? Now I'm asking you to create a container, another container with Ubuntu. Tell me the command. Docker run -it name. Tell me Ubuntu. Ubuntu. And then image name. Say that. Import the image name. That's it. Now in our previous command, I have given the same thing, and directly we entered inside this, right? Directly we entered, but I don't want directly to go inside it. Then what's the command I need to put here? Hyphen D. D for what mode? Detach mode. Say that. D for what mode? Detach mode. Should we create it now? See the difference. Container got created. Am I inside the container? See the here. I'm still in the Docker machine only. What's the command to list the containers? Docker PS hyphen. Now 2 machines are there. AWS container 1, Ubuntu container 2. Now you want to go inside this. Now you want to go inside the containers, guys. Now you want to go inside the container. So we need to go inside the container or not? So generally, what you do is, no, do you see this here? This is this container ID, Ubuntu container, and status is what? Up 14. Since 14 seconds, the container is up. When it is created, this many seconds before. Now I just created a container here. I just created a container. But did I log in inside the container? No. So should I need to tell you now how to log into the container or not? So for that, we have a command called Docker attach. Say that. Attach. Docker. Hold on. Guys, first I want you to concentrate on the subject first. Questions, you'll get it. But now can't check in Ubuntu, right? This one is different. Am I into the Ubuntu machine now? Ubuntu container? No. So Dinesh, I use -d. Right? -d meaning just container got created. We are not entering inside it. Guys, I showed you, you know my habit. I'll be giving different ways, right? So what is the first way? You create a container. When you run the command, you directly went inside the container. That is one way. Another one is what? You're just creating the container. That's it. You're not logging inside it. So now to show you how to log into the container, I need to show one more command, right? What's the command that we use? Docker attach. Say that. Docker attach and the container name. What's the container name? Container name. Container. Why you're saying Ubuntu? Ubuntu is the image name. Tell me which one. Ubuntu. You said that. Ubuntu. Okay. Ubuntu. Okay. Do you see this? Root @ something. If you see like this, that means you are inside the container. Now this is Ubuntu, right? Let me install what here, for example, Apache. Can you tell me command here? apt, right? This is what apt. So remember, whenever you set up a Ubuntu container, it's always the best thing is we need to update the packages first. So apt update -y. Say that always best to go and update the packages. See here, my engine is Red Hat. I mean Amazon Linux, but I'm running Ubuntu inside it. You see the difference? That is the power of Docker, right? So now it is done. Next, okay, install Git apps. Install what? Git -y. So I'm installing where? Inside the Ubuntu container. Then come out of the container now. Control PQ. Control PQ. Now you're back. What is the command to list the containers? Docker ps -. I safely exited or not? Okay, now you're getting it. What's the command to log into the container? Docker attach. There is one more also command for this to do it. So what we call it as Docker exec exec. Say that exec. So let's log into which one? Tell me, Ubuntu or Amazon Linux? Should we go with Amazon Linux? You can use Docker attach also, or you can use Docker exec. Say that. We call it exec. What's that? You can say exec also, or you can call it as exec -it. Say that -it. And then you need to give the container name. Guys, you can give the container name also. You can give the container ID also. So let's say, for example, should I give container ID here? Yes, give the container ID. And then what is the shell that we are using? Bin bash. What is shell? Remember in Linux we learned bin bash shell, no? So what is that? /bin/bash. So this is the command in order to go log into the container. You might ask, sir, Docker attach is very easy, no? Docker attach is very easy. But remember, the most preferable way to log into the containers is Docker exec. Because why I'm telling you? This is the difference between what? What is the difference between Docker attach and Docker exec? Docker attach, whenever you do Docker attach in the container name, you went inside it, it will be connected to the main process of the container. What's that main process? You are connecting to the main process. If you just do Control D or do something, your container will be in stop state. That meaning you're killing the main process. Docker attach meaning you are going inside the container and attaching to what? Main process. Whenever you use Docker exec, it will create a new process. It will not attach to the main process. Now you tell me better. Which one is better? Attach or exec? That is the reason why. So in real time, it's mostly smoothly usable to log into the containers is what? Exec. See the command once. Docker exec -it. Put the container name also, ID also, anything is fine, and then give the shell. Because we need to create a new process, right? To create a new process, we need to mention the shell information. Enter. Do you see? I'm inside it. We already installed Git, no? See there inside it. And you can do whatever the operations that you want. It is same like your virtual machine EC2 from here. Setup, install, deploy, Tomcat, Jenkins, whatever you want to go inside it. Come out of this. Come out of it. Docker PQ. Docker ps -. Guys, you all understood how to pull the image, how to create a container, and how to log into the container using attach and exe mode. Clear? Online? Is it clear? Which one is preferred? Which one is preferred? Exe is preferred. Okay. So let us go and then okay. Abhishek is asking to explain the difference between attach and exe. You tell me simply. Attach meaning it is attaching to the main process. Whereas exe meaning it is creating a new process. Simple as that. Simple as that. Okay, Abhishek. So to give you the definition, do you see this here? Docker attach is used to attach your terminal to the standard input-output error streams for the main process running inside a container. So that means it allows you to interact with the container's main process as you are running it directly in your terminal. So another one is what? Exec. Exec is what? It is used to run a new command in already running container. What it does? It will start a additional process inside the container independently of the main process. That means it will not touch the main process. Okay. Very good, Subbarao. Subbarao gave all the comments. So that's why, yeah, I wrote a summary here. What? So you know what this command is? Say that. What the Docker images will do? List the images. What is this doing? What is doing? Creating the container using which image? Ubuntu image. This one. Pulling the Amazon Linux from Docker Hub. This one. Creating the container using Amazon Linux image. This one. Logging into the container using which command? Exec command. This one. Also logging into the container using what command? Clear? Docker is all about practice. Very small commands. Practice is important. How many times you practice it? Docker is free and containers are free for you. How many containers that you want to create? Start creating it until you are familiar with it. Okay. So let's go and learn few commands related to the containers. Okay. Tell me, what's the command to list all the containers? Docker ps -a. Okay. Now, next, what is the command to list only running containers? Docker ps. Okay. How to stop a container? Should you stop a container now? In order to stop a container, first what you need to do? Docker ps. You need to know the container ID or container name, no? For that reason, you always do Docker ps. So what's the command to stop? Docker stop and the container name. Tell me the container name. Ubuntu. Okay. Ubuntu. Stop. Okay. So what is the status? How to check the list of the containers? Docker. If you say Docker ps, it will show only the running container. Is it showing Ubuntu? Right. So for that, what do you need to do? Docker ps -a. What state is this? Exited state. Whenever you see exited state, that meaning the container is in which state? Stop state. Can you start the container again? Come on, tell me. Docker start. I've given a nice name. Ubuntu. Where is the name? Ubuntu. And again, Docker ps -. Getting it? Stopping and then starting it. Pause the container. Pause meaning it will not work. It will just hold on. So what's the command? Docker pause. What's that? Docker pause. What's that? Ubuntu. Docker ps -. What is the status here? It says pause. So if you want to, when it is in pause state, should I clear the screen? When it is in pause state, Docker ps -. When it is in pause state, can you log into the container? Answer is no. That's an interview question. Whenever the container is in pause state, you cannot log in. Can you tell me? Now it is in pause state. Let's try whether we can log in or not. Can you tell me exec command to log in? Docker exec hyphen it container ID or name, anything is fine. Ubu conto bin bash. Nice. What does it say? Error response from daemon. Daemon meaning daemon is the one, right, who is giving all the information, right? REST API will talk to the daemon. So daemon is the guy who will be interacting to your client. So here daemon is saying that Babu, container ubu.conto is pause. Unpause the container before exec. So what is the command to unpause? Docker unpause. Which one? ubu.conto. And then Docker ps -. Yeah, now it is normal. Yes, good. Got it now. What is Docker attach will do? Attach to the main process of container. Okay, nice. And then you want to know more. Hold on, Dinesh. Right? You want to know more information about your container. Yeah. You can do control D also. What is the thing? But the safest way is control PQ. Okay, so here Docker inspect. Say that. Docker inspect ubu.conto. If you do Docker inspect ubu.conto or the container name, so it will give you all the information about that container. See, if you want to see this idea of the container, yes or no? Such a big idea, Similarly, in Git also we have commit ID this much bigger, but it will show the small one, right? Container ID is the small one of the few letters of this still here. Container ID. Okay, when it is created, what's the path? Bin bash. What's the status? Running. Is it paused? Is it restarting? No, right? So is it dead? No, right? So all this information, restart counter, and what's the driver it is using? Overlay, don't worry about that. And what's the platform? Linux, right? And then all information, guys. All information related to your container will be given using which command here? Which command? Inspect command. What command? And do you see the IP address of the container? If you want to see the IP address of the container, can you see it or not? Using Docker inspect. So in sometimes in real time also, or also in our projects that we do, sometimes what we need to do is we need to know the information about the container. We want the IP address or which network is connected to, what kind of platform is that container using, Windows or Linux, what is that? Everything you will get the information using Docker inspect. Inspect meaning inspection. Got it now? Okay, now Docker ps -. Yeah. So now I want to kill the container. Don't use terminate concept. Terminate concept is in EC2. Here we use what? Docker kill. Docker kill, and then let's give our let's say bye bye to ubu.conto. Let's say bye bye. Docker killed. So Docker ps -. Yeah. When it is killed, what it says now, it is in exited state. So what you remove it completely? Docker remove. Say that. Docker rm. What is that? Docker rm ubu.conto. And then Docker ps -. Yeah, gone. Directly you cannot remove it. First you need to kill, right? Or else you can stop it also. Guys, I know your excitement. You want me to jump? You know, right? How I'll teach? Slowly, step by step. Why you want to jump here and there? Hussein bhai, I'll teach you everything, okay? But it's not good to jump the commands because slowly I'm injecting the commands in your brain. Yes or no? Okay? But if I miscalculate the commands, that will go off from your mind. We'll tell everything. But okay? Hussein bhai, please. Yeah. So once you kill it, so guys, stop and kill. When you use stop command also, it is in exit mode. Whenever you use kill also, it is in the exit mode. But the thing is, which one is a graceful thing to do? Stop. Giving anesthesia and then otherwise, which one is better? First one, right? So that's the reason why all the time go with the stop. If you say stop, what will do? It will wait for all the process to finish it first. Slowly, gracefully, it will stop. If you go and kill, it will not wait for all the process to finish. All of a sudden, cut. So remember, don't use kill. If you don't want the container at all, right? Listen, guys, it is forced to tell you guys, earlier. If you know, please stop pinging because there are few experienced people, they might know already working on the Docker, so they're very excited. So guys, I have so many non-IT people and freshers also. Why you're getting excited in Docker? You like Docker, right? So let's go around. Yeah. So is it clear, guys? Which one is better? Stop or kill? Stop. Understood? What are the commands that we have learned? Okay, let me ask you the commands and then you tell me the commands. Okay. What is the command to list the images? Docker images. What is the command to list the containers? All containers. Docker ps -a -a. What is the command to list only running containers? Docker ps. And what is the command to log into the container? Docker attach or Docker exec. So which one is better? Exec is better. How to stop the container? Docker stop. How to start? How to kill? How to remove? Docker rm, not remove. Docker rm. So can you remove the container while it is running? What do you need to do all the time? Stop first and then remove it. What do you know? Super. Now I'm giving a task for you, and to remove the images. I showed you how to remove the containers, right? So to remove the images also we have a command. Docker rmi. Say that. Docker rmi. Okay. So that is used by the container, right? Okay. Let's go one by. Okay. So I'm asking you to remove the containers, all containers. Docker ps -. Yeah. Okay. Can you remove the container? Docker stop. AWS Docker, RM, and then AWS control. Gone. If I do Docker PS hyphen, yeah, it's gone. Please delete images also. Docker, RMI, and then Amazon Linux. And then one more. Docker, RMI, Ubuntu. Clear. Docker, everything's clear. You can delete the images, delete the containers one by one also, or else you can delete all the images, all the containers also in one shot. For that, you need to know one command. There is no direct command here to delete all the containers or all the images in one shot, but we need to take the output of the container and then I'll teach you that, no problem. Okay. But is this clear enough here? So what I did here is till now, so I have pulled the images, I created a container, I logged into it, I stopped, I started, and everything I've done with the containers. Clear? Now I'm giving a task for you. I want a container with Apache, Python, MySQL server to be installed. Create a container. I don't tell anything. You tell me the commands, I'll run. Docker, Docker. I said Ubuntu. And then go for Ubuntu. Actually, okay, let me.
This meeting is being
So
recorded.
what do you do now? Log into Docker EX, yeah? Docker, first you need to create a container, no? Tell me that I'm teaching like this to you. So what is, sir? First pull the Docker image from the Docker hub. Okay, I pulled. Sir, please create a container from that image. Sir, please log into that container using this command and install. This is how you should say. Pull exec. Run. This is how you should say. Tell me now. Create a container. You tell me how to create it. Docker run hyphen it hyphen. So I want in detached mode. Go with hyphen d hyphen name. Okay, so let me give a requirement that not in detached mode. Directly login. I want to login. Docker run hyphen it. Do I want to put hyphen d anymore? No. Next name. Name. I call it as okay. Ubu container. Let's write different. Ubu container. And then what's the image name? Ubuntu. I want it inside the container. Now here I want you to install. First, whenever you do the Ubuntu machine, what is the first thing that you need to do? apt update. apt update minus y. And then here next apt install Apache, and then Python 3, and then MySQL hyphen server hyphen y. Huge, right? So in the container, what are the things I'm installing? I'm installing Apache, I'm installing Python, I'm installing what? MySQL server. Huge things. He's asking geographically where we are. Africa, Antarctica, Asia, Australia, Indian, etc. America. Where? Asia, na? Asia. Okay, 5. Enter. Wow. Where you are now? Find out. In which time zone? Where? Number 44. Enter. So what I'm doing now, I created a container and I'm doing my work inside it. Right? A lot of work I did. Okay, completed. See here. A lot of work I did. Completed. A lot of work I did. I'm in the container. A lot of work I did. Okay, now come back. Control. PQ. Docker. Docker. VS hyphen. So I have this Ubuntu container. This is container Ubuntu container where I have MySQL, Python, Apache to install. Now I finished my work inside. I want to create a image out of it. Our own image. Till now, Dinesh, we need to go inside it and check only. We have the Linux command now how to check all the packages, yum list packages. Dinesh. Okay, so here I have created a container. I went inside it, install whatever I want, and I want to create an image out of it. Till now, what we use, we pulled the images from Docker Hub, right? So we pulled the image from the Docker Hub, and inside it, then what I do, I went logged into the container and install all the stuff, and then came out, and I want to create image out of it. So to create image, there is a command called Docker commit. Say that everyone online, put it in chat. Docker commit. Docker commit, which is what is the container name here? Ubu container. Ubu container. And then give the image name. So what is the image name? Can I call it as my new image with Apache, MySQL, Python? Can I? I'm just for fun writing, but actually it should not be this much bigger. So my new image with what? Apache, MySQL, Python. See here. Created images. Docker images. You see this here? My new image. Latest is created 8 seconds, and it's huge. It's 97 MB, close to 1 GB. Because I install a lot of things there, right? So my image is ready or not? Okay. So I have given this image to you. Now with this image, please explain commit again. What is there here with it? See here. What is the commit is doing now? It is creating image. So I told you that creating images from Dockerfile also you can create an image, but I'm telling you another way. Assume that you have the container where you have done a lot of things and you want to create image out of it, your own personal image. So what is the command that we use? Docker commit. Creating the own image. What's the command we use? Docker commit, and then give the image is present inside container. Image is present inside container, question mark. Okay, let me ask this question. AMI is inside your EC2? As the AMI is inside your EC2, how is the question? No, right? With AMI, we are launching EC2. Here you have the container, right? So from EC2 instance, can we create our own image? Yes or no? From EC2 instance, can we create our own image? Here also, from the container, we are creating the image. How the image will be inside the container? Right? The package of the entire container, we call it as what? Image. Okay. So that's what, guys, online people, if you just remove the headset and then drink a cup of tea and then put the headset again, then you will, this everything is like Chinese movie. Okay. I'm asking about the new image which is created. Is it in the container now? Oh, no, it is not in the container. Babu, container is different, image is different. Why are you mixing image and container both? Omkar, it is normal our AWS concept only. Why are you mixing AMI and EC2? Is it good to mix AMI and EC2? No. So whenever I create a new image from the container, the image is available here. See here. My new image app. Okay, see here, Docker PS hyphen. Okay. So my container is here and my image is here. From this container, what I did? I created a image. Using what command? Commit. What's that? Commit. Is it clear? Omanath. Very good. Okay. So do you all understood how to create a image using a commit command? Okay. Now I'm asking you a question here. There is an image called my new img amp. With this image, can you create another container? In detached mode, I want you to create. Tell me. Docker run hyphen it hyphen d hyphen name and the container name, right? So my container with Apache, MySQL, Python. Okay, and then image name. Image that is also fine. Understood? Container created. Docker ps hyphen. Yeah. So what is the container that you have created just now? You created my cont amp. I'm asking you, can you log into this container? Command. Docker exec hyphen it my cont amp bin bash. We have installed here what Apache, right? And we have installed MySQL also, right? MySQL hyphen MySQL is there. Same concept or AMI concept, right? What you did, you launched EC2 instance initially with the base AMI, Red Hat. And you log into the EC2 instance, you install Python, Apache, MySQL, and you create an image out of it. AMI, your custom AMI. And from the AMI, can you launch EC2 instance? What I did here, same, but that is EC2, this is container. That is AMI, this is image. If you want to take the backup of your container, Docker commit, create an image out of it. You don't want to create it at all, pull from Docker Hub, fresh images. But if you want to do it by yourself, log into the container, do all your activities, and create an image out of it. You can push it also. Yes, you can, Dinesh. Now is this clear? Online and come out of the container. Control. Thank you. Yeah. Docker PS. Is it clear, everyone? Okay. So we have Docker and we have Docker images also. We have Docker containers also. We have the containers also. We have the images. So I want you to delete all this, clean it up again. So what's the command? First clear the containers. What's the command to clear the containers? Docker stop and then container names and then Docker remove. Remove meaning rm. So here we need to do it one by one, right? I'm telling you one shortcut to delete all the containers in one shot. So see this here. First run the command docker ps hyphen a we write, right? If you put q, it will list only the container IDs. It will list only the container IDs. And what we do is simply this command output will pass it to docker kill. What's the command here? Docker kill and then I put here dollar. What's the previous command? Docker ps hyphen a q. See the command shortcut. Someone asked, right, how to delete all in one shot. So whatever that this command is getting executed will be the input for docker kill. Okay. Delete it in one shot. What is the docker ps hyphen? Yeah. But it is in execute mode. So what I need to do now? Remove. Same thing. Here what we do here now? Right? Docker ps hyphen. No commands. No need to kill or stop one. You can use these commands like this. This will be really useful in real time. Please take this command or remember that. Okay. Similarly, delete all the images in one shot. So for that, docker images hyphen q. It will list only the image IDs. And then what's the command? Docker. How to remove the images? What's the command? Docker rmi. Docker rmi hyphen forcefully we are removing it. What's the command? Dollar docker images hyphen q. Done. Docker images. Understood? Online. Understood? Online clear? Any questions still here? Understood? Docker is all about commands. So if you list down, we have learned so many commands till now. Yes or no? So quickly I'm asking the questions whether you remember this or not. What is the command? Everyone online, put in the chat. Interview questions, guys. What is the command to pull the images from Docker Hub? Docker pull image name. Don't say only Docker pull. Rest interview will fill up. Then Docker pull image name. Okay, next. Can you tell me a command how to create a container? Docker run hyphen it hyphen name container name image name. Fantastic. Syntax you are telling now. Did you learn? No, right? So I'm injecting your brains. Okay. Next up. Can you tell me a command to create a container in detached mode? Docker run hyphen it hyphen d hyphen name container name image name. Can you tell me a command to log into the container with the main process? Docker attach container name. Can you tell me a command to log into the container with additional process? Docker exec hyphen Docker exec hyphen it container name and then bin bash /bin/bash. Fantastic. Now you log into the container, you install whatever that you want. Can you tell me a command to create an image from existing container? Tell me that. Online, put in the chat. Hello, bhai. Docker commit. Yeah. So I'm asking here, what is the command to create an image from the existing container? Can you repeat with me again? Docker commit container name, image name. Okay. Okay. So what is the yeah? So what is the command to stop the container? Docker stop container name. What is the command to start the container? Docker start. What is the command to pause the container? Docker pause. To remove that pause, unpause. And then what is the command to kill? I mean, I'm saying the command itself. What is the command to fuck the container? And then you should tell, right? If I say kill, then you'll say kill. So Docker kill container. And then can you directly remove the container without stopping and killing? Answer is no. So what you need to kill or stop first and then remove. What's the command to remove? Docker rm. It is better to kill or stop. Stop. Stop meaning it will wait for all the process. Gradually it will stop. If you kill it, it will suddenly kill to stop everything. Nice. Okay, so that was I had in my mind for today. But let me quickly give you a few little bit intro about the next topic. But we'll go with the next topic tomorrow. But is it clear to everyone? All the comments. It's all about the practice. I've injected everything in your brains already. So what you need to do, you just need to practice. I'll upload all these things in your Google Classroom. So as we have 10 more minutes, so let us not waste the time. Let me give the intro of the tomorrow's session. So the next topic here is what we say is Dockerfile. What is it done here? So Dockerfile. See, whatever we have done, and also I forgot to ask this command. How to create I asked, right? Docker commit. Okay. But guys, remember, you're pulling the image manually, you're creating the container manually, and you are logging it. But good to know. So this is manual method, right? Whatever that you have learned is what? Manual method. So no one will be pulling it manually and then creating container, logging inside it, create the image. So yes, the process is good. It's good that you have learned. These are the things that we'll be asking in interviews. But creating the images is not good. So we create an image using Docker commit. But in real time, we'll not be using Docker commit at all. So Docker commit is used for what purpose? To create an image. To create an image. I have told you that there is a command called Docker commit. So to let you know about that, so I have discussed about Docker commit. But I told you officially in real time how to create an image using Dockerfile. What's that using? In real time, you don't use Docker commit. So in real time, we'll use what? Dockerfile. I told you that we can create the image using two methods. One, you can pull it from Docker Hub. Another one is Docker commit. Another one is using Dockerfile. Only three ways. If I don't tell about Docker commit, all of a sudden someone said, hey, did you sir told about Docker commit? Docker commit. Sir, Mr. What? So for that reason, I told you about what? Docker commit also. Okay, now. So Dockerfile is for what purpose? To creating the image. So if you want to automate all these things that whatever we have done today, so what we can do, we can use what? Dockerfile. So Dockerfile mainly is for what purpose? It is used to automate the image creation. It is used to automate the image creation. So inside Dockerfile, we use components to do our work. What we use here? Remember the word components. Say that. Components. Remember, components will be always in capital letter. Components will be always in. Example, there is a component called from. From should be in the form of capital letter. And we will be creating a Dockerfile. No, we'll be creating a Dockerfile. Vi. D should be always capital letter, and you should follow the same name. Dockerfile. That is must and should. You cannot create like this Dockerfiles and like this. No. So D should be always what? Capital letter. So we can create the image directly without the container. Previously we took the container help or not? Docker commit container name and then image ID, image name, right? So we use the container to create the image. But here using Dockerfile, we don't need to take the help of container at all. So to create image from the file, we need to what we need to do? Build it. So in order to create from in order to create image from Dockerfile, so what we need to do? We need to build it. What's the command that we use? Docker build. So there are few commands here. Say with me commands. From, say that. So basically, in order to create a container, guys, in order to create a container, we need to have a base OS or not? We need to have base things or not? So if you want to pull, so remember Dockerfile will pull the images directly from the Docker Hub. Where? From the Docker Hub. So here from is used to get base image. Understand that? You get the base image. You can say that in Dockerfile, you can say from Ubuntu, from Amazon Linux, from Tomcat, from whichever the image that you want. It will take the base image. On top of the base image, you do all the activities. Okay, what's the next command here? So we use the run command. So to run any Linux commands, run space yum install -y git. Next, what's another command here? Say with me, CMD. So CMD used to run the Linux commands also, but this whenever you, let's say for example, run, you mention yum install git -y. Right? That meaning when you're creating an image from this Dockerfile, automatically it will be installed. But whenever you CMD and then install MySQL server, for example, while creating a build, it will not run the CMD command. It will run only what command? Run commands. CMD command will run when it's the time of creating the container. Don't get confused. You have Dockerfile. Remember the thumb rule. From Dockerfile, what you create? Image. What you create? Dockerfile. In Dockerfile, let's say for example, run yum install -y, which one? Git. And then command yum install what? MySQL, for example. And then what's the first we need to? Definitely we need to write from what? Ubuntu. See, not Ubuntu. Amazon Linux. Because we are using yum, no? This is a Dockerfile I wrote. And then you run a command. What's the command? Docker, say Docker build. You have -t tag name. We'll talk tomorrow. From you do a Docker build. From Docker build, what will happen? Image will create or not? Image will create. Image will create. In the Docker build, we'll give the image name. We'll give the image name. Okay, Docker build -t will tag it and give the image name. And image will be created. Now, what does the image contain? Well, it is creating the image. It will install what? Installing. It will install what? Git automatically. But will it install CMD? Will it install MySQL? No. Whatever is there in the run commands, it will install in the image. So my image is ready or not? While doing the build, okay, so I should say this. While doing the build itself, it will be installed and the image will create or not. From this image, if I create a container, then which command will execute? CMD, that meaning MySQL. That is the difference between run and CMD. I'm telling you, if you go to internet and ask ChatGPT, you will go mad. I'm not already confused. Concentration. Okay, those have already concentrated. Everyone got it or not? Offline. Everyone got it. Okay, see, I'm repeating again. See. So here I'm teaching what Dockerfile. What I'm teaching in Dockerfile, what it contains components. Say that. What is from component? Run component. CMD components. Everything is a component. So yeah. Sir, in run can we install MySQL? Of course you can. In run also, guys, anyone stopping to install MySQL in the run command? No, you can run it also. Here I'm telling you the difference between run and CMD. Run also execute Linux command. CMD also will execute Linux command. But when is the question? When is the question? Okay, now I'm telling here everyone, Omnath, and so you execute. So I wrote a Dockerfile. What does the Dockerfile contain from Amazon Linux? Run yum install Git. CMD yum install MySQL. So this is a Dockerfile I wrote, and from this Dockerfile, what I need to do? I need to build the Dockerfile or not? So what's the command? Docker build. When you run a Docker build command, what will happen is whatever you have written in the Dockerfile will be executed. What will execute first? It will download Amazon Linux, and then it will run the Git. It will install the Git. Where here in the build. But will it execute CMD? No. Whatever that you have mentioned in the run command, guys, I mentioned only one. Can I multiple runs also? Yes, your wish. Run the yum install Git, run the yum install tree, run the yum install maven, run yum install your wish. But you can put one run command and put all the components here itself, all the installations. Okay, so install Git here. While it is building, Git will be installed. Image is ready. From this image, if you create a container using what command? Docker run. Container will be created. No, at the time of creating container, which component will run? CMD will run. That is the difference between run and CMD. Run will be executed in the build time, and CMD will be executed in the container runtime. Got the concept? Om Nathu?